तो दोस्तों, एल्गो ट्रेडिंग एक ऐसा वर्ड जिसको लेके बहुत कन्फ्यूजन रहता है मार्केट में। कई लोग इसको सोच के डरते भी हैं और कई लोग अट्रैक्ट भी होते हैं कि शायद इसमें बहुत सारा प्रॉफिट हो सकता है, लेकिन शायद नुकसान होने के भी चांसेस हैं। और जहाँ तक इंडिया में एल्गो ट्रेडिंग की बात है, इसमें भी बहुत दिक्कतें हैं, बहुत डाउट्स हैं। तो वी थॉट कि व्हाई डोंट वी टॉक टू एन मार्केट एक्सपर्ट, एन इंडस्ट्री एक्सपर्ट, जो कि एल्गो ट्रेडिंग को ना ही सिर्फ यूज़ करते हैं, बट ऑल्सो दे यूज़ इट इन देयर स्टॉक मार्केट बिजनेस एज वेल। आज हमारे साथ हैं तेजस खोडे, सीईओ ऑफ फायर्स इज वन ऑफ टॉप स्टॉक ब्रोकर्स इन द कंट्री इन डिस्काउंट ब्रोकिंग स्पेस। आज हमसे बात करेंगे, देखेंगे कि किस तरह के व्यूज रखते हैं वो एल्गो ट्रेडिंग के ऊपर, और वो जो ये सारी कंफ्यूजन्स होती हैं उसमें हमारी और आपकी कैसे हेल्प कर सकते हैं। वेलकम तेजस टू अ डिजिटल ब्लॉगर, हाउ आर यू?
I'm fine, Asim. How are you?
ऑल वेल, ऑल वेल। सो तेजस, जो कन्फ्यूजन्स होती हैं मार्केट में जनरली, एल्गो ट्रेडिंग को एक इस तरह से देखा जाता है कि शायद रोबोटिक फॉर्म ऑफ ट्रेडिंग है, समथिंग ऑटोमेटेड इज गोना हैपन, मेरा सारा कंट्रोल चला जाएगा स्टॉक मार्केट से। इज दैट सो? सबसे पहले आप एल्गो ट्रेडिंग को बहुत सिंपल भाषा में, इफ यू कैन डिफाइन एल्गो ट्रेडिंग इन द मोस्ट सिंपलेस्ट वे, दैट विल बी हेल्पफुल।
Yeah, so Asim, algo trading is it's often understood to be quite complicated, but in fact it isn't. In simple terms, it is a rule-based trading. So it's a systematic approach to trading with predefined parameters, with buy-sell logic, and designed so that you don't have to take those decisions on the go. So it's basically like giving instructions to a machine to perform a certain tasks on behalf of you.
Okay, मतलब define a set of rules yourself based on your way of trading,
Yeah.
and the way the market behaves or the stock behaves or the index behaves, it will sense that signal automatically and place that trade for you.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be automatic, but it can assist your trading. It can also be manual or semi-automatic. It depends on their preferences.
Okay, but agar if we talk about algo trading in general globally, in the Western markets that we have heard, what we have heard or listened or read in the news, that 80% of the trading is taken care by algo trading softwares in the US markets or the UK markets. India, it's not even 30 to 40%. So, what do you think is the current situation of algo trading in India? How is it being regulated? And can a normal trader, retail trader, look at this as a form of trading that they can use?
Um, well, so in India, algo trading is very nascent. While prop desks, hedge funds, professional traders have been doing this for many years, it's very new in retail. So the exchanges in India don't publish the breakup of volumes, of discretionary volumes or algo volumes from retail traders, and they don't publish how many of them use algos. So one can't put a finger on a number and say this is exactly how much trading volumes comes from algo trading. But I can say from experience of having dealt with many retail traders that it is in the lower single digits.
Okay, as of now, you're saying it's pretty small.
Yeah, it is very, very small. Like I said, it's in the lower single digits. So most people are discretionary traders.
Okay. But
Yeah.
how do they get educated that this format of trading, or how do they get the confidence of using this software kind of a trading?
So it is intimidating for non-engineers because, I mean, if you haven't coded or if you don't understand how programming languages work and so on, it is quite intimidating. Um, but more importantly, there's this lack of awareness of what is algo trading in the first place, and because it is new, not too many people know about it. So I think awareness will take its own sweet time as the space picks up. But currently, I think that's the biggest challenge.
Is it profitable?
Is algo trading profitable?
That's one of the big questions people generally ask, by the way.
Well, it totally depends on the strategy. There are no holy grail strategies in the market. And so it's like saying, are traders profitable? Mostly no. So algo trading is no exception to that rule. Trading is challenging. Just because you are asking a machine to do the trading on behalf of you doesn't make it profitable. To be profitable, you will have to tweak your strategies to the underlying market conditions, and it has to evolve based on that. And those who are good at doing that um, are more profitable, and who are likely to be more profitable. Yeah. So
It depends, yes, sir.
it depends. The only thing that it does is it reduces human interventions, and it eliminates emotions from the decision making process.
But at the same time, what we generally understand that if I'm giving the control to a machine, then some of the softwares in the US, for example, they use AI, artificial intelligence. So they what they would do is they will look at the market tweets. So they'll see the market sentiment there. They look at the price movements. They look at the news analysis. They'll find some sort of emotion from there as well. And based on that, they sort of send out signals that this could be a buy signal for that kind of a stock. Has Indian algo trading reached to that level, or we are not even there?
No, I think AI and ML is far fetched in its application to trading. It doesn't need to be that complicated. Um, See, like I said, it can be as simple as asking a machine to perform a set of tasks that you would have performed on your own and do it on behalf of you in an objective and a non emotional way. And so that can be as simple as execute this option strategies for me if the underlying reaches X level, right? So that is an algo strategy also. So the simpler your strategies are, the better it is to get started and easier to keep it going in the long run.
I've heard this word called backtesting. Can I backtest my strategies? It depends on the software. How is that even a thing?
Well, yeah, backtesting is popular. It is easier to backtest using cache data. By cache data, I mean historical price data of equities and maybe indices. But at the moment for retail, it's quite challenging to backtest options because I mean the data availability is quite limited from data vendors at the moment. But does it work? Well, not necessarily. It gives you a perspective of what would have happened had you chosen this strategy and how that would have performed over a period of time historically. Uh, I mean, because the past is not equal to the future, and so it may not work, but it gives you insights as to whether it can work to some extent. Another way to do it is probably run a simulation in real time without actually staking your money. So that's another way to do it to gain confidence in the strategy. So it's back testing and then running simulations.
Now, see, that's the kind of jargon that since we're using, and most likely this is what creates a cloud of you know fear that if a beginner, let's say not a beginner, but even if somebody's put out 6 months in the market already and he's been trading and he's attracted toward this format of trading as he's an engineer, let's say, but he doesn't know these kind of words or
Right.
terminologies or the implications of misusing these things. So what are the challenges involved here?
Like I said, awareness is a challenge. Um, so I can break down these terms for you too, just so that it's easier to understand. So backtesting essentially means that let's say you have a strategy to, let's say, buy if RSI crosses maybe 40 level on a set of stocks, and sell if, let's say, it's oversold or sorry, overbought, for instance. Um, you can use that strategy and then test it on data on those set of stocks from the past. So let's say you can test it with stocks from 2020 and see how you would have done if had you implemented them last year. And so that's what backtesting is in simple terms. And running a simulation in real time essentially is implementing those strategies without actually staking your money. It's the equivalent of paper trading in either in real time environment or a modified environment.
That simplifies it. And you're saying it's very small in India, but is this something that somebody needs to look at in the future? It can become big. Does it have the potential? Or if we say that it can become big, what is the timeline that you're looking at?
Firstly, I think algo trading does have a future. It's just that it will, for it to touch the general public, it has to be made very simple. Firstly, it won't even be called algo trading. Essentially, it will be the equivalent of how alerts are triggered. Trades will get triggered based on predefined conditions, uh, which can be configured by users on their apps, perhaps. Um, and also, I think in the future, customers would be able to choose strategies and modify them based on the market conditions. And I think that's something that is happening uh, in some small way, but has scope to expand. So, for example, let's say the market is volatile. So there are a few volatile strategies which customers can choose from, would be able to choose from, and instead of having to create them from scratch. I think that's something that can happen in the future, and people would take to such things because it's simpler to do.
Okay, but don't you think this is like a chicken egg situation? Whether traders are waiting for the brokers to create such ecosystems of algo trading within their trading apps, or the broker is waiting for the market to get ready or the trading community to get bigger so that they can, cater to that kind of a demand. Who is going to take that first step?
It goes both ways, but I think eventually the brokers or platforms will have to take the lead because without a product out there, because the customers don't exactly, I mean, traders don't know what they exactly want, also. Like, not those who are intermediate or advanced, but I'm talking about beginners. So they don't even know that such things exist. So even if basic prototypes are launched, it will pick up. And the product will of course evolve over a period of time. So yeah, it goes both ways, but eventually the brokers will have to take the lead, and all this is subject to regulations, of course.
Absolutely. So, in case you're saying that the brokers have to take a lead, how and what Fires is doing in this?
Yeah, so we are trying to reduce the cost of technology for traders to get started in their algo trading journey. So far, not many have even gone down this path because it was expensive. Firstly, it was difficult to get access to API. Secondly, the APIs weren't all that robust and easy to use. So we are actually trying to solve that problem. We offer free trading APIs, and they're easily accessible, easy to integrate with their trading platform, uh, or any such platform which on which they have coded their strategies. So we're trying to reduce the cost of technology and give them access to robust APIs.
And what sort of softwares, as of now, Fires can integrate to?
The most popular one right now is TradingView. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because our web platform is based on the front end charting library. Majority of them tend to use TradingView. Many who want more customized strategies mostly use Python. But yeah, they're the most popular ones. Some even use Excel. So to make it easier, right? So you can either use the Fires API directly, or you can use the bridge that we have, the API bridge, which will help make your integration easier with these platforms, especially TradingView.
So I understand this is a profitable format of trading, and it really depends on how you actually place. But what kind of trader base would get the most suitability for algo trading? I mean, it could be a beginner, intermediate kind of a guy. What is that persona of that client base or a trader base would get with this?
Um, Firstly, I think someone who understands the basics of trading. I think that's essential. Who understands what he wants to trade and perhaps doesn't have sufficient time to do it all by himself, or thinks that it's too cumbersome to get involved in the process. I think yeah, it's suitable to such people. Um, I think those who can use the machine as an assistant rather than expecting it to do wonders. That is also something that needs to be imbibed because it can't do magic by itself.
You're saying this is not a Aladdin ka chirag. This is not like that. This is like more like assistant to you, that you are not there, but you are there because you have
Yeah,
defined the kind of rules you want to
yeah,
execute the trade with.
yeah. So it's doing what you asked it to do, essentially.
Okay, what if I change my mind? What if I say,
Yeah.
okay, I don't wanna, I would wanna wait till 16,000. It's 15,000 now. Can I edit my strategy?
You can. So you tell your assistant to do it at 16,000, and that's about it. So you can tweak your strategy as many times as you want, right? Because at the end of the day, it's in your control. It's not like you defined a logic and it's going to stay like that forever, right? So
Okay. And I can have multiple strategies for different kinds of products, obviously.
yeah, you can. Yeah. So you can set conditional alerts. For example, if let's say Nifty is at 15,000 and you want to do a covered call strategy. So no, so let's say Nifty is below 15,000. So you want to initiate a covered call strategy when it reaches 15,000 and you want to sell maybe the 15,500 call
Right.
only when Nifty touches 15,000. And so uh, a strategy can be as simple as that. You can also define an exit signal. Say, exit on expiry day at a certain level, or it can also be a time-based logic. It can be anything. So as long as you know what you want to do, you can get it done. But if you don't know what you want to do, then you're going to be looking for holy grail strategies, and then eventually land up in trouble. So the most important thing is to know the basics of trading and have um, a certain strategy in mind that you want to execute.
And these strategies can vary from one trader to another. This could be very customized sort of strategies, right? Personalized format.
Oh yeah, there are various ways to do the same thing, and there's no um, limitation on how much you can customize your algo trading. And there's this big misconception that it needs to be high frequency. I mean, that's really, really far from the truth because algo trading does not need to be high frequency. HFT is something that is doable only for those with maybe billions of dollars now. Okay. But you can also, it's so long story short, it's investing or trading with a set of predefined rules, and that's all it is. It doesn't necessarily have to happen. The buy and sell doesn't necessarily have to happen in milliseconds or nanoseconds. It can happen in over a period of days too. Doesn't matter.
Those conditions actually meet, that is when it executes anyway. It doesn't need to be right away or in a few seconds, you're saying.
Yeah, that depends on your strategy.
Okay. Okay. Hopefully, we'll get to see more from Fires in this
Definitely.
type of algo trading.
Yeah. So we already have a roadmap chalked out in this area, and I hope to make some good announcements in the next month or so.
Great, great. So in case if you want to know more about the announcements, we're going to put out the Twitter handle of Tejas in the description section. You can follow him, see what algo trading in general is going to do in the stock market in India, and what Fires is actually up to as well. Thank you so much for joining Tejas today with us, and I hope this was a learning experience for the trading community with us.
Thanks, Asif. Thanks for having me. Stay safe. Bye.